Hello again, YouTubers, on with SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel. Today we have some SpongeBob news. Alright, so today I'm making this video, January 23rd, 2019, and it looks like Nickelodeon, or at least, Viacom in general, they really are putting out updates to the upcoming SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It's a Wonderful Sponge. Every around 3 months, so in July, we had the initial title release, and then in October, I'll just show you that in a moment, the Nickelodeon, Paramount and Viacom hinted that, this movie was going to be an origin story, right? And, of course, they mentioned who was going to do the soundtrack, so now we're in January, all right, and SpongeBob It's a Wonderful Sponge has begun production. As you can see here, this was taken from MovieWeb. There are a number of sources on this, but I just think that MovieWeb is I don't know. I like reading MovieWeb out of all the other sources that were available. So SpongeBob SquarePants will soon enough be back on the big screen. I have no idea what I'm talking about again, with an all-new movie, according to a listing from Production Weekly. By the way, I did go to their website. Apparently, the production listings is actually hidden behind a paywall, so I was going to use that as a source, but, since I couldn't access that without paying, I'm just going to use this one instead. So the principal photography has already begun at Paramount Animation. The full plot details aren't clear, but the movie will reportedly be a prequel taking place prior to the events of previous movies and the Nickelodeon TV series, which again lines up with the fact that, they did mention it was going to be an origin story, right? At taking place at Camp Coral, revealing how he meets some of his very best friends like Patrick and Sandy the Squirrel. Because if you think about it, in Help Wanted, the first SpongeBob episode, which is generally referred to as the beginning of, SpongeBob, if you want to take it based on continuity. So in that episode already, SpongeBob knew Patrick and Squidward, all right? And, to a certain extent, Mr. Krabs, he didn't know Mr. Krabs as, like, a boss. He just knew that Mr. Krabs existed and, he would need to get hired by him. So, but one thing that I don't really understand here is revealing how he meets some of his very best friends, like Sandy Squirrel. So if you think about it, Tia at the Tree Dome, the first time we see Sandy, is, of course, supposed to be the first time SpongeBob meets Sandy. So I don't really know what this means here. But yeah, so full CGI animation for the underwater sequences, which marks the first time for the franchise to do so, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so we'll see, maybe they'll release more news about it in April, I guess. But yeah, so the production company is actually Micros Image. They actually are filming live sequences. So, it would be nice to see what kind of last sequences will be filmed. Alright, so, before we move on to the next segment, by the way, this is the article from October. SpongeBob 3 is an Origins movie. Hans Zimmer will do the soundtrack. So, this View conference that took place in Turin, Italy, Paramount Animation president, there's some details about the movie, which serves as a hat tip to the classic It's a Wonderful Life. The new SpongeBob movie will see the character looking back at his life, giving us a glimpse at how he met Patrick, Squidward, and the rest of the gang for the first time. So probably not Sandy, because it really doesn't make sense, because, they really showed SpongeBob meeting Sandy for the first time already in the series. So, maybe just Patrick and Squidward. And of course Gary, because Gary already was a SpongeBob. If you remember SpongeBob Moves In, the app for mobile devices, there is a video that shows SpongeBob moving into Bikini Bottom, and Gary was already with SpongeBob. So maybe they're referring to Patrick, Squidward, and Gary, because these are the three characters which we know for a fact that SpongeBob has been acquainted with for quite a long time. So yeah, but there are conflicting information as well, especially with regards to Squidward. But Patrick, Gary, yeah, we'll see what there's to see when more information about this film comes out. So yeah, again, Cam Coral, and the soundtrack is going to be produced by Hans Zimmer. So yeah, that is the first part of our news, I guess. An update to SpongeBob 3, It's a Wonderful Sponge. Alright, so part 2 of today's SpongeBob news is also related to the third movie. We have a deleted storyline that is currently posted on spongebob.wikia.com. So kudos to them for actually getting hold of these unlisted videos. So these were not made public by the publisher, but yeah, so they were listed as unlisted. And of course, Vincent Waller, here it says, believes it was a first pass at the story, but the entire Alien Cat storyline was later tossed out and rewritten, which I'm perfectly agreeable to. So in a moment here, I'll actually show you guys a few clips of what is included in these 4 clips, alright, on YouTube. And yeah, we'll just talk about it a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 out of 4 clips courtesy of Rudy Bloss. Yeah, so I assume he's like one of those storyboard artists or something. But yeah, so basically in this first clip, they're being chased by like armored cats on land. I don't know why that is, but a lot of SpongeBob style moments here. Like he lies down and then lets his friends jump over him into the house. In this other clip here, we have a more organic SpongeBob scene. SpongeBob and Patrick are in Sandy's tree dome. I'm assuming they're like trying to convince Sandy to, you know, help with whatever they need or something. And yeah, then SpongeBob just prances around like, you know, he always does. So this 4th clip here shows SpongeBob and Gary in this dolphin spaceship hurling towards a black hole. And I think this is the best out of the 4 clips because it really shows a lot of emotion between, you know, it's like it's the last few moments, all right? They're gonna be obliterated either by the space cat, which you just saw, or the black hole. So SpongeBob reminisces about Gary. So his favorite pet, of course, is I mean, I'm pretty sure Gary and SpongeBob go back a long way because, you know, it's Gary's not one of those very well developed characters, I feel, even though he's SpongeBob's pet. So really great to see some connection between SpongeBob and his beloved pet Gary. All right, and I like the style here as well. It's pretty nice. Reminds me of the time travel scene in the SpongeBob movie 2. But yeah, I'll take whatever we can get that looks good. This one actually looks good, you know, if they implement it in the movie. So yeah, that is part number 2 of our news today. And now moving on. And for our final portion of today's SpongeBob news, we have just a little bit of merchandise information. SpongeBob SquarePants get some fantastic new Funko Pops. Now, this was posted on comicbook.com, and yeah, it features a couple of new SpongeBob Funko Pop figurines. We have the Imagination SpongeBob, the Forehead Plank Patrick, and Dancer Squidward. All right, so this is reviewed at the London Toy Fair. And also there are these 4 pens here. I guess the figurine can be dislodged from the pen. I'm not so sure because I'm not really an expert in Funko Pop at all. So yeah, but still it's basically mini figurines on top of the pen. So according to this here, you can pre-order it now, but of course they're gonna be released in June of this year, 2019. So yeah, all of them go for these 3 figurines, go for $10.99. These things around $3 each, probably slightly more than that, but if you buy the whole case of 16, which includes 4 of each pop pen, that's what it's called actually, pop pens. Yeah, if you buy in a case of 16, it's $48. So if you divide it like that, it's around $3 a piece. So yeah, when these come out, I'll probably grab 1 or 2 or 3 of them. I don't know, I'm not so sure yet, but I'll probably get some and I'll do a review for the channel. Alright, so that is all the SpongeBob news for today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to keep right here on Ultimate SpongeBob 101. Of course, follow us on Twitter. The link is actually in the description box below for the latest SpongeBob news. I mean, because it's kind of a delay if I have to make a video. So yeah, if you want everything like the latest, and if you want the latest when it comes out and it's brand new, then follow us on Twitter. All right, make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep it right here on SpongeBob 101, and of course, yeah, hopefully we get more news about It's a Wonderful Sponge. I keep saying It's a SpongeBob Christmas. I don't know, in my mind it's just like, if you have it's probably It's a SpongeBob Christmas. So yeah, forgive me for that. But yeah, SpongeBob Movie 3 is more than a year away, so still got plenty of time, plenty of content to come out with regards to that. So yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys next video. Bye.